Welcome to the last week of the summer session of Bible Studies for Life. Week 13 has been a great time here. We've had this last 6 weeks in the book of Kings, looking at the life of Elijah. And today we come to the last episode in Elijah's life. We'll be in 1 Kings 19 and then into 2 Kings as the mantle, literally the mantle of leadership, is handed over to Elisha as the new prophet serving the nation of Israel. So let's read what it says here. It says, Elijah left there and found Elisha, son of Shaphat, as he was plowing. 12 teams of oxen were in front of him, and he was with the 12th team. Elijah walked by him and threw his mantle over him. Elisha left the oxen, ran to follow Elijah, and said, Please let me kiss my father and mother, and then I will follow you. Go on back, he replied, for what have I done to you? And then verse 21b says, Then he left, followed Elijah, and served him. So Elijah goes, he's been led by the Lord to go and find Elisha, and that he's going to hand this over to Elisha. And he literally does that. I mean, in the sense that he puts his mantle, that's this cape or whatever, he puts that over him, signifying that he's handing things over to him. Elisha asked to be able to go back and say goodbye to his mother and father, and then he's leaving, and then he goes and he follows Elijah and serves Elijah. So what we have happening here is almost an apprentice type thing that'll happen not for very long, but he'll be his apprentice. He'll learn from him, he'll serve under him, and then he'll take over. So in 2 Kings now, chapter 2, says, Elijah said to him, Stay here, the Lord is sending me to the Jordan. But Elisha said, As the Lord lives and as you yourself live, I will not leave you. So Elijah says, You stay here, I'm going to go. But Elisha says, No, I'm going with you. I'm not going to leave you. I will stay near you. And maybe it was that Elijah wanted to go and he knew he was going to his death quietly, but Elisha is going to stay with him all the way. Shows the commitment that he has to Elijah to serve him, as well as his desire to finish that role before he steps into the next one. It says, So the two of them went on. 50 men from the sons of the prophets came and stood observing them at a distance, while the two of them stood by the Jordan. Elijah took his mantle, rolled it up, and struck the water, which parted to the right and the left. Then the two of them crossed over on dry ground. So they cross over. It sounds like Moses, right? But here he strikes the water with this rolled up cape, and he hits it. It splits. They walk across on dry ground. It says these men are watching from a distance. Okay. Then when they had crossed over, Elijah said to Elisha, Tell me what I can do for you before I am taken from you. So Elisha answered, Please let me inherit 2 shares of your spirit, or a doubling of your spirit. I want the spirit that's on you, I want it doubled over. This is a desire. I don't think it's a desire for greater impact, but a sense of, I want to be able to take up what you've done, and I want to do it even more. I want to multiply that which has happened in your life. I want to see that going out through my own life. This is a great question, though, isn't it? Tell me what I can do for you. What else can I help you with? What else do you need to know? What else can I do? Elijah knows I'm handing this over, and he's doing so not reluctantly. He's not going to leave Elisha in trouble. He's not going to leave him with less than he ought to have. He wants Elisha to have everything he ought to have as the next prophet of Israel. So Elijah says in response to this question or this request, You've asked for something difficult. If you see me being taken from you, you'll have it. If not, you won't. As they continued walking and talking. Now this is amazing, right? This is Elijah's appropriate way for Elijah to go, I think, because of the life that he's had. This is kind of the way it should happen. As they continued walking and talking, a chariot of fire with horses of fire suddenly appeared and separated the two of them. Then Elijah went up into heaven in the whirlwind. So they're walking on the other side of the Jordan. You see these 50 guys are probably still up on the hill. They're watching. And then here comes a chariot of fire right into the middle of them. It splits them, it divides them, and Elijah gets on. It's a whirlwind. They go up into heaven. There he goes. He didn't die so much as he just transferred locations, He went from here to heaven, that he Boy, what a welcome into eternity for him. The Lord really did him good, didn't he? And this is appropriate, isn't it? Because Elijah had lived this life that was just unbelievable, the things that had happened and what he had seen and what he had done, and it seems like the right way for him to go. But now he's gone. What happens? What happens? He has been such a powerful, influential figure in Israel. What happens? As Elisha watched, he kept crying out, my father, the chariots and horsemen of Israel. He watched this, and Elisha was like his father in the faith, right? When he could see him no longer, he took hold of his own clothes, tore them in two, picked up the mantle that had fallen off Elijah, and went back and stood on the bank of the Jordan. He took the mantle Elijah had dropped, and he struck the water. Where is the Lord God of Elijah? He asked. He struck the water himself, and it parted to the right and the left, and Elisha crossed over. Okay, remember that Elijah had put that on him to kind of signify that you're going to have this role, right? Then before Elijah, as he's taken up on the chariot, he drops this. He leaves it. It's not a mistake. It's not an error. He doesn't accidentally drop it. He's leaving this for Elisha. This mantle is like that which gives authority. It gives the imprimatur of Elijah on Elisha. He has the mantle, right? And I like this, that he took his own clothes and he ripped them in two. He tore his clothes off. This is I'm not that person anymore. I am not just that servant. I am now the prophet of Israel that has been anointed and appointed by the Lord and has been trained by Elijah, and now I have Elijah's mantle, right? And then he goes back to the Jordan and he takes it and he hits the water with the mantle, just like Elijah has done, right? So we go back here. Where is it? Here, right? Elijah took his mantle, rolled it up, struck the water, and the ground parted, the water parted, right? So now here he is, and he's got it. He takes it, and he strikes the water. Where's the Lord God of Elijah? Hey, God, where are you? You're the God of Elijah. Where are you? And he struck the water himself, and it parted to the right and the left. He hits it again, and the water parts. Boy, if there's not a better scene, right, to indicate that Elisha is now the man. He is now the prophet. And these people, these 50 that are up on the hill, they see that, and they know that's the guy now. That's the guy we've got to follow. Well, that gets us to the end of this story, okay? Elijah does a great job, doesn't he? Handing off, giving training, giving experience, and then endorsing Elisha as the next leader. What a tremendously important thing to give his endorsement to say this is the guy to do it next, and how powerful that is. So it's really a great story. I hope that's helped as you study and prepare to teach. Looking forward to what comes next as we start the next quarter in Bible Studies for Life next week. But I hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe, like, share it, comment, let us know your thoughts, questions, things you're wondering about. And you ask those questions, we'll try to get them answered, or just let us know what's going on and let us know how God's using it. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.